Morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to 15 minutes of body percussion with me again, Mr. Martin, for the last one of this half term. Hope everyone's well, and I hope you're still enjoying the snow. Looks like we're in for a white week. Okay, so we've got lots of fun to be had outside in the snow this week as well. So should we get our warm-ups going and get the blood flowing, try and get warmed up a little bit? We're going to do some call and response rhythms, but we're going to get the marching going straight away today, I think. We'll get warmed up a little bit quicker. So I'm going to set away our pulse, our click. We're going to set it to 100 beats per minute to start with, okay? So we are getting gradually quicker as the weeks go on. We're trying to just gradually build our speed, our tempo, and see if we can keep up, okay? Let's give that a go. There's our pulse at 100 beats per minute. Let's get our march going on the spot. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay, here we go. First rhythm. Okay, I pulled it there. Well done. Hopefully you managed to keep up there. So you might have noticed during that we were actually adding some new rhythms. Okay, so a few rhythms that we haven't looked at yet in our lessons. So a little bit later on, I'm going to show you what those rhythms actually look like, written down with our notes, just like we were looking at the other ones, our teas and coffees. So I'm going to show you what they actually look like, and we're going to try and play those or clap those out within our groups. Okay, so I'm going to move over to, let's get our music going, okay? And we're going to march out the square for this one. So I'm sure you know what we're doing for this one by now. So we'll march out our square. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to start with, let's clap on the numbers. So I'll shout out what number I want you to clap on, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. There might be multiples. Just keep up with that one. And then we'll switch to some call and response rhythms again whilst we march out the square. Okay, see if we can keep that going. So we'll get the music going first of all. Let's have a look. Our famous country pop song. Here we go, let's march the square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to clap on number 1. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's clap on number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's just keep this square going. No claps. Right, this time let's try 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, claps this time. Let's go. Okay, let's keep the march going. 2, 3, 4. So we're still doing our square. We're going to try some call and response rhythms this time. Okay, here we go. After this one, there we go. Well done. Excellent, well done. Quick. Okay, so I know we've done a little bit of a leap forward there, so we're trying a lot of new rhythms. Okay, so up to now we've discussed pulse. That's our steady rhythm, keeping us together, keeping us in time. Okay, we looked at dynamics. So dynamics in music, if you remember, is anything from playing really quiet right up to really loud. Okay, so and everything in between. So that's dynamics in music, means volume. Okay, we've also discussed tempo, which is speed. So playing really slow, playing really fast. So we've discussed tempo as well. And we discussed a little bit on structure last time. So putting rhythms together and actually structuring the rhythms a little bit more, rather than just playing one bar of rhythm over and over, playing a few and kind of putting them together in different orders. So we're going to continue with that a little bit. I'm going to share my screen again and get some of our rhythms up on the screen. So to begin with, we're going to use the two we were trying last week. If you remember, we had 2 groups going. So an imaginary line down your classroom right now, split up into 2 groups, or you can try this with your parents, carers, okay? Whoever you're with, if there's more than one of you, we're going to split these rhythms up, okay? So I'm going to use an imaginary line down the middle here, and I'm going to call group 1 on this side, group 2 on this side. Group 1 on this side, I want you to clap the top rhythm we've got here. Hopefully we should all know what these are now. So we've got tea, tea, coffee, tea. Group 1, you've got tea, tea, coffee, tea. Group 2, you're going to have the bottom rhythm, and I want you to tap this rhythm out on your knees. Okay, so your rhythm is tea, coffee, coffee, tea, which would be tea. You can use 2 hands for that as well. So group 1, tea, tea, coffee, tea, coffee, coffee, tea, 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 coffee, tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Okay, I'm going to set away our pulse to help keep us in time. Let's keep that at 100. See if we can. Yeah, we'll try it at 100, see if we can keep up. So we're going to start with group 1. You're going to begin with the claps. Group 2, you'll reply with the bottom rhythm there on your knees. Here we go, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tea, tea, coffee, tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea, 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 coffee, tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Well done. Just a few more. Last one. and stop there. Excellent, well done. Okay, so I hope everyone's okay with that now, and we all understand our tea notes and our coffee notes. So the correct musical name for our tea notes, if anyone does remember, was crotchets. Okay, and our correct musical name for the quaver notes, sorry, the coffee notes was quavers. So we've got crotchets and quavers, teas and coffees. Let's move on to some new rhythms. Okay, I'm going to do these one at a time. So we've got a few new things on the screen right now. First of all, before we look at the notes, should we have a look at that funny looking pause sign at the start of the bar? Okay, now chances are you've probably not seen this before. Okay, so I'll just quickly tell you what that is. In music we have what's called clefs, and that tells the musician, so we are the musicians here, that clef tells us what the music we're about to play is to be played on. Okay, what type of instrument group it's meant to be played on. So we have treble clefs and bass clefs. This one is a percussion clef. Okay, so for percussion instruments, that's the drum kit, that's African drums, samba drums, anything that we hit pretty much uses a percussion clef, and it does look a little bit like a pause sign, doesn't it? So whenever you see that, you'll know that the music that we're about to read is written for percussion instruments. Okay, and because we're doing a lot of rhythm work here, okay, and I'm a drum teacher, percussion teacher, I see this quite a lot, so this is quite familiar to me. So whenever you see that, you know that this music is written for percussion instruments. So that's what that is. So we've got some new notes there, which you can see are joined together with two lines across the top. Now in our lessons, we haven't looked at those yet. Okay, these notes, the musical name for these notes is semiquavers. Okay, so there's twice as many as our quavers, right? So we can instantly spot semiquavers because there's always a double line across the top connecting the four of them together. Okay, and the drink's name that we're going to choose to use for our semiquaver notes is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. So 4 syllables for our 4 semiquaver notes. Right, and then you might recognise we've got 1 T after the first Coca-Cola. Then we've got another Coca-Cola and a T to finish off. So that's our four beats for this bar rhythm. Okay, so we've got Coca-Cola T, Coca-Cola T. That'll make up our bar. Coca-Cola T, Coca-Cola T. Now what happens sometimes with our Coca-Cola rhythms or semiquavers, sometimes people get carried away and they end up clapping 5 notes or 6 notes rather than just sticking to the 4. So don't panic when you're trying to clap or play the semiquaver notes, the Coca-Cola rhythm, right? We've got 4. We need to make sure that we play 4. So not 3, not 5. Let's just stick to the 4. And if we practice slowly, I'm sure we'll get it. So without the click to start with, I'm just going to practice this rhythm, just using our hands. I'm going to clap out the rhythm and say the rhythm very slowly. So the rhythm, so you play after me, the rhythm goes like this. Coca-Cola tea, 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 Coca-Cola tea. Okay, and stop there. Hopefully that's all okay. We're going to do one more. I've got 4 on this list again, but we're just going to do 2 today. There we go. We've got our second one there. Now I'm just going to quickly explain what this one is here. So again, we've got a percussion clef at the start. We've got our coffees, which we all recognise. We've got tea, which is fine. Right, this rhythm here, we've got a combination of 1 quaver note, half of the coffee, followed by the last half of the Coca-Cola rhythm. Okay, so we've got a combination of a quaver and 2 semiquavers. You can see we've got a single line for the quaver, a double line which marks out the semiquavers. Right, and these notes in this order, we're going to use the word hot chocolate. Okay, hot chocolate. That's our 3 syllables again for this word. So this whole bar would sound like this. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate tea. coffee, tea, hot chocolate tea. Let's, just to finish off for this week, let's practice playing this rhythm over and over again. I'm going to count you in after 4. We're going to use hands only. We're going to say the rhythm at the same time. We're just going to repeat round and round this rhythm until I stop everyone. Okay? So after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate tea. 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 Last one. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate tea. Excellent. Well done. Okay, so one thing to remember with this particular rhythm is it's not actually a new type of note. We're just combining quavers and semiquavers together to make a slightly different rhythm. Okay, so we've got crotchet notes, which is our teas. We've got quaver notes, which are our coffees. And now we've got Coca-Colas, right? And that's our semiquaver notes. So we're going to stop there for this week. Next week is half term. When we come back, we're going to do a little bit more work on this, and we'll try and put together some more semi-quaver rhythms. And I've got one other thing to look at as well. Okay, so have a good week off next week. Enjoy the snow, and I'll see you